Fantastic. Okay, ready, set, pitch.
So hello, iWill's board advisors. I've just been back from MIT Bootcamp and I know exactly where we are and where we want to be, and this presentation is just about that. So well, just to give a brief about what we are a mental health marketplace. We already have more than 44,000 downloads, all organic, all bootstrapped. We basically have more than 5,500 patients already and 500,000 big social community which talks virally about mental health. So what's the value proposition of iWill? iWill is essentially a therapy marketplace which is designed to take people out of depression, anxiety, and other life issues in India at scale and at half the cost of current models. And what is even more brilliant about this model is that it's going to put back to work 43,000 underutilized mental health professionals that we have in our country, right available to help but with no job opportunities. Now in terms of our stage, we are basically in the transition state. We have a product market fit ready because we have paying customers who are repeatable, who are coming back to us, who are bringing new customers to us. We are ready for segmentation. I will talk about that in a bit. We are basically ready to have processes in our business. We no longer want to do things as usual, running. We already know what to do. And in terms of multiplication, basically now is the time when we can take this company from 5,000 to 1 million. And culturalization, we already have a culture of values, of serving. It's now ready to be dispersed in the entire organization and people coming in. So where do we want to go in the next 3 years? We want to go from 5,500 patients to 2 million customers, from a revenue of around $300,000 to $65 million, and we can achieve that. And currently, we have the first cycle retention rate of 70%. We want to take it to 95%, and 10% life cycle of customers coming back to us even without us having a product for them. So we're going to build that product and increase that life cycle to 50. Now, what is the addressable market size in India for mental health? It's 100 million customers just in India between the ages of 20 to 50, clinical issues, and this is where I'm going to talk about how we're going to scale in this market. So we already have a huge community of women as a fan base, 500,000. We're going to basically do everything to grow that community. In terms of another market that we're going to heavily go after is the 2.5 million pregnant women who face depression, anxiety each year, and we're going to use our community, the marketing, as well as gynecologists as influencers for that. We have another market, which is our core market, 10 million marriages basically running into problem each year in India, and we're going to go very strongly after that market through, again, our community and our strategies. A very interesting market that I want to talk about, and one that gives us a distribution advantage, is that we have 150 million professionals in India, of which 25% are suffering, which means basically more than 40 million people. And for that, we have a supply lock-in with the biggest group, Times Group, print group in India, and we're going to lock them up and have ads distribution channel with them, which is exactly what the professionals are reading. Now, in terms of locking in supply, we are going to scale fast at the therapist side. We are going to provide them with work opportunities and also training, scaling opportunities, which are very essential in their career, which is otherwise not as great right now. In terms of operations, I've also sent a text talk that you can read, but here are some of the specific things that I want to do. We don't have a customer feedback management process. At scale, we need that. We're going to go after it. We also need to automate our therapist onboarding processes, which are basically human. This is essential, and also automate the training life cycle. We also need to standardize workflows for our therapists beyond sessions. Also need to fine-tune our B2B customer processes, because remember, we are basically a B2C company right now with a strong B2B focus in the future. In terms of segmentation, of course, we are naturally more B2C, but we are also going to look at hospitals with the product sub-segment, looking at chronic health issue sufferers who are also suffering from mental health issues. And then top B2B companies with a specific value proposition for growth for them. We are also going to build a technology of bot for in-between sessions so that basically we keep an eye on the market. We don't lose the track of where the technology can go with AI, but we also don't put our current customer base in vulnerability. We also have a plan maybe to look in future to build the value chain internally for health tech like video and chat, which is more catered to the mental health market, and we have an opportunity to even license that. And finally, the most big opportunity for us lies in data. So right now we are a market size of $120 billion in terms of just therapy. We basically with data will be double that. And that's that's the opportunity for it. And before ending, I want to say we need to be specifically raising a lot of venture capital money. We've sealed $1.2 million now. We're going to take it to $100 million in 3 years. And I need your support for that. Thank you.
Thank you. Juan?
So, congratulations, it's incredible, and I hear you the first day, and it's incredible what you have done in this week.
Thank
I
you.
have a comment. I see that you have a conversion rate of 10 to 11%. So if you want to reach 2 million paid customers, you have to reach
Yes.
at least
Yes.
19
Yes.
million.
Yes. Yes. No.
So
Okay,
the
okay.
goal here,
I will not.
just yep.
Right, okay,
Let's
okay.
take it in,
Okay.
and then we'll have a celebration
Okay.
moment
Okay.
and have a discussion.
Okay. Yes.
It's
It's a
number.
feedback,
So
right.
you need to reach 19
Right.
million people to have 2 million customers
Right.
that are already paying.
Right.
And you see that you will have 35 marketing and sales people. So you will each people will have to manage 40,000 people each one. So I think it's going to be complicated. You need to explain how you going to how
Okay.
is you going to do that.
Okay.
And your team, I see that you have marketing and technology, but I don't see after sales people because
Yeah.
you are going to have a lot of people that have trouble, and you
Right.
have to be focused in this area. Because
Right.
if you have a lot of people, you have to solve
Right.
problems, and you have to be a team that
Right.
it's on charge of that.
Appreciate that, and we'll take care of that.
Thank you very much. Well, this is another pitch that epitomizes the MIT Bootcamp's alumni community, and very shortly you will be the alumni of the program, and that is great ideas for great causes.
Yes.
And this particular opportunity here is to address a problem that describes our present condition. We have a world in which options for entertainment proliferate, but at the same time, sadness is also
Yes.
proliferating, and it's wonderful to see a team that's addressing that. Now, here's how you can take your problem solving to the next level.
Right.
Again, through the lens of the curriculum, you've described the goals of the scale-up.
Yeah.
The goals are the what. Your board will want to understand the why. For example,
Yeah.
one of your goals is to have 2 million customers.
Right.
Why is that a goal? Why not
Yep.
5 million?
Yes.
Why not 10 million?
Right.
Why not 200,000? What does the number 2 million give you? Maybe it's a number that gives you critical mass.
Right, right.
Maybe
Right.
it's a number that gets you to a financial position, a break-even point, or a positive cash flow where you have resources, financial resources to invest in better training of your therapist. And you could say, we really need to hit that mark so that we can generate cash flow to invest in the training of the therapist, and then we can take our venture to an even greater level, right?
True.
These are some examples of the why.
Yep. Yep.
Obviously, it is your choice, this is your
Yep.
venture.
Yep.
Very important,
Yes.
because your team is going to be motivated not by the what,
Right.
it'll be motivated by the why. And then
Correct.
you'll have to think about what this why means for the different elements of your team. What does the why mean for your engineering team? What does the why mean for your sales team?
True,
What
very
does
true.
the why mean for your training and onboarding team?
Very
Right?
true.
You have to think this through. Now,
Very true.
going back to the curriculum again,
Yes.
you did a fine job of outlining the different dynamics of scale-up.
Yep.
You have a very particular interplay of two dynamics, and
Yes.
the interplay of standardization and
Yes.
segmentation.
True.
What do I mean by that? There are not only different segments of mental health patients, there are certainly many different segments of mental health conditions,
Very true.
from mild to severe
Yeah.
to chronic depression, as an example.
Yes.
Now, you also have different segments of mental health therapists.
Right.
Certified, not certified,
true.
experienced, not inexperienced. And all of these segments need different standards,
Yes.
right? And very quickly the complexity becomes enormous,
Right.
right? And so you have to be very clear about what standards are essential
Yes.
for the
Which stage?
essential segments of
Yes.
your venture,
Very true.
and how you're going to monitor the standards.
Very true. Oh, that's interesting.
Right?
Yeah.
How are you
Yeah.
going to monitor the standard?
True.
How will you know if a service is performed at a high standard
True.
versus
And
at a low
low
standard,
standard.
beyond just a review,
True.
right?
True.
So this interplay of standardization and segmentation is a risk of your business,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Very true.
And you have to consider it because you're dealing
True.
with human lives.
True. True.
And we're here to support you, and we wish you all the best. We're so proud.
Thank you so much.